I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at realmoney.com. Every night we watch the same shows, Fast Money and Mad Money, and we want to use those ideas to grow our money. Well, good trading takes more than just writing down the tickers you see on TV every night and punching the buy button the next morning. I can help you know when to buy these 3 stocks I saw on TV. All right, let's take a look at Amazon, Polaris Industries, and Dominion Resources. Now, last night, Amazon announced earnings and the stock absolutely got crushed. Look, the Fast Money guys were talking about it after hours, and the real question is, do you buy this puppy on the dip? I'm looking at the daily chart, and boy, it sure looks like you want to buy this thing if you can get it around 168, 170, something like that. But the more telling chart to me is this one. I was talking to my members at stockmarketmentor.com last night about this very thing. Look, this looks kind of like a top to me. Now, tops are processes, they're not events, and so anything can happen. I've seen a lot of tops before that turned out to be not tops, but continuation patterns. Still, the hunt remains. But look, high, higher high, with this pullback here, now we've got a lower high. Could this be the dreaded head and shoulder pattern? Way too early to say that, but it's not too early to point it out. Bottom line is this. As long as this stock stays like below this level, this is not good. So I would consider 200 to be the line in the sand for the bulls. As long as the stock stays below that, you do not want to be long the stock. Go ahead and trade it if you want, be a quick flipper and all that. But as far as investing, look, there's plenty of stocks that are just starting to move above their 200-day moving averages. Pick a financial stock. But there aren't that many stocks that are below their 200-day moving averages and looking like they want to stay that way. So just really be careful about making a bid on Amazon here. Now, on the other side of the coin is Polaris Industries. Kramer was talking about this company last night. He's talked about Polaris Industries before, and he's always been bullish on the stock. And frankly, you look at the chart, you know what? The guy's been right on the money. So let's go through it. Stock is up at a high here. So it's right up against resistance. I got no problem with that. I don't mind buying at resistance sometimes as long as you have a protective stop, which I'd suggest right here. It's not to say that if you get stopped out, you walk away, but what you want to avoid is this, and this is really important. You know, a lot of folks say, oh, I don't use stops, I get stopped out, and then the stock runs away without me and I shouldn't have been stopped. Dude, buy the thing back, okay? Is this really that hard? What you're trying to do is avoid this kind of move. You don't want to be long the stock at 64. Watch this thing fall all the way back down to 56, 200-day moving average, where it has bounced not once, not twice, not 3, not 4 times, but actually about 5 times. Pretty key opportunity to buy if it falls down here. But if you're holding this puppy all the way from 64 down to 56, trust me, that's max pain. You don't want to be involved in that move. So instead, you just keep a fairly tight stop right here. As long as the stock moves up, you're a happy camper. If the stock falls, you're an unhappy camper, but you're not devastated. You can then buy at a lower level. We all win on that one, baby. And last but not least is Dominion Resources. Speaking of pulling back to key moving averages, look at Dominion here, right at the 200-day moving average. Kramer was talking to the CEO last night on Mad Money. Guess what he thinks you got to do? At 50 bucks, buy this stock. It sports a 4.3% dividend, which is way better than a sharp stick in the eye. Very, less painful, and you walk away with your vision too. So here's what I want you to do. You look at this level here back in November, that's support. Right here, that's support. We've got solid support at 50 bucks. You go ahead and take this stock here as long as the stock stays above this 48.87 level, which was Monday's intraday low. You're good to go. You go ahead and stay long. If you haven't done it already, go do it now. Get over to Real Money Pro and subscribe, okay? It's a new service. It's an awesome service. Lots of good trading ideas. Some of the best are in my articles, Fitbits. 5 charts in each article, 4 articles a week. What's that amount to? You do the math. It's about 80 charts a month. You got to be able to find a good trade in there somewhere. So get over there and check that out. Also, go over to my website, that's stockmarketmentor.com. Sign up for my email list. It's totally free, and I will send you one video a day with a charting idea that's designed to do two things. First of all, teach you how to fish for yourself. Second of all, maybe toss a fish on your hook every once in a while. Okay, I'm Dan Fitzpatrick, and I'll see you next time.